this opportunity is truly endless. We know that there's people in this company making multiple six figures weekly. Okay.
There's no more levels, but there's a lot more cash for you to get.
Right. And soon there will be more levels. But guys, listen, I really want to help you guys break through. Okay. I really want to, because that's the thing. The thing about this business that I've learned is that you plug in. Sometimes you're looking for something. You don't realize that you're being given really what you need. And you don't get it till you get it. One day you're like, these aha moments. And hopefully today is going to be full of aha moments. So that's why really quickly, I'm going to start with our story. When we first started in network marketing, Stephen Gina Merritt told us about the business. I had no idea. And he gave me the steps, right? Steps was go home, make a list, contact everyone you know, and invite them over to your house. Sometimes you guys look at us and you don't see the fact that we've been through every single bump in the road that you've been through. You don't realize that we've been through every challenge, every failure that you've been through. We've been through it, okay? You see Stephen Gina Merritt and you don't see them for that. But guys, you need to see us as when we first started, and like we see you as the finishing part. We see you as the winners, right? So I want you for a moment today to see Mike and Sahi, Stephen Gina Merritt, when they first started. So Sahi and I, we got involved, back in 2006, no credibility. You guys know our story. Steve told me, make a list, contact everyone you know. And I was all about details. Steve, what do I say? Steve said, Mike, you're going to let them know you've got something huge. You have a huge opportunity. You can't talk about details on the phone, and you got to get people to your house. Tell them it's life or death, right? Whatever it takes to get them over to your house. And we did just that, right? This is Mike and Sahi back in 2006. No credibility, no money. Taking orders, right? Taking instructions. Like she said, we were great followers. You have to be a great follower before you become a great leader, right? Be coachable. So I went home and did just like Stephen Gina Merritt said. Call everybody. Hey. Oh my God, this is crazy. You got to be there. Like, I can't talk about it over the phone. Listen, they might be hearing me. I was like making jokes and just, guys, hanging up that phone, expecting everyone was telling us, yeah, they would be there. Guess what? Day of the meeting came, no one showed up. Now, one person showed up to our house. Guess what? I called Stephen Gina Merritt and say, hey, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I did just like you told me. I spoke to everybody. Everyone confirmed. No one showed up to my house. He said, hey, no worries. That happens. That's part of the business. I said, what do you do? What do I do now? He said, call everybody back and let them know you're glad they didn't make it to your house because there was no room for your house. They really messed out. And I did just like he said. Called everybody. Hey, I'm so glad you didn't come over to my house. There was no room. I wasn't even in my house because I was so fired up about that meeting. I took my product and I hit the street, right? So guys, you need to understand that we've been through these challenges, all right? This is part of the business. No one here, I don't know anyone who's just come here and was 1,000% on everything, 1,000%. The thing is that we didn't allow it to discourage us. And I was so touched when I learned about Stephen Gina Merritt's story. Stephen Gina Merritt, when they first got introduced to this industry, guess what? They were fired up about it. And they saw the circles. They had never seen anything like that. They got involved and they couldn't get traction going the first time. Stephen Gina Merritt got involved in Amway, all right, and called and made the meetings, and they couldn't get it going. And they had two things going at the same time, right? They had the ski business and they had this new business that they wanted to start. So because it wasn't going, they pretty much put it on the side. He said, listen, I'm going to have to put this whiteboard in the attic. I still remember the details. I listen, I pay attention, right? So he said, I started focusing. He said, but I knew one day I was going to pick up that whiteboard again. And it wasn't until a few years later when that business came back around. And guess what? They had lost their first position. So they were able to sign up again. And they started from scratch. And they went through all the same challenges, guys. People thought they were crazy. People didn't show up. We all been through it. But the only difference was that we didn't stop. We knew that if people had succeeded and they had been through the same challenges we were, then all we needed to do was keep going in order to have that success. So guys, you're going through it. We're all going to go through it. I always say that, listen, if we're all talking about getting into the trucking industry, guess what? We're all talking about the end result. We're going to make money. It's better than the 9 to 5 that we're doing. We're out on the road. But guess what? We're going to deal with challenges. We're all going to deal with the same traffic, breakdowns, tickets, bumps all the road. But that's all part of it. It's a package deal. Guess what? You're working for somebody. All right. And yeah, you're getting your check at the end of the day. But guess what? You're going through all those bumps in there. You're getting up at the time you don't want to get up. You're getting breaks at lunches, and you prefer to get more. You're being told when you can go to the bathroom, when you can spend time with your family, guys. But those are the things that come along with having a job, right? But we're not focusing on that. You're not focusing on that because if you did, you wouldn't go to work on Monday, right? You're focusing on the fact, hey, that's what I got to do to get right. You're dealing with people you don't like. You don't like your boss. I know most of you don't, but that's how that's what you need to do to get. So guys, it's the same thing. So I tell people, look, what we've been through, what we went through as far as the business, right? That's how we became good because I didn't let those things, I knew that I needed to work on myself. And I tell people that's part of the business, guys. You need to work on yourself. You need to develop yourself before sometimes you need to build yourself as you're building the business, all right? Because you need to become that leader, guys, that's gonna take to be able to lead people. You can't give something you don't have. So guess what? It's about empowering people. It's about encouraging people, inspiring, motivating. Yeah. You can't give that unless you have that.
You have it. And to tell you like this, we were bad when we started.
Oh, it was so bad.
Was terrible.
Terrible.
I can tell you because I saw the process. We've grown so much. He's grown so much. Just involved in this, being around winners, going to these events.
Staying plugged in.
Staying plugged in.
Getting away from the people that were negative, holding us back in our life, holding us back because we were in their circle. We were in the same circle. And when we wanted to break out, listen, we had to leave them behind because again, and that was challenging. But guys, here's the deal. My point is with all this is this. You've heard this phrase before that success is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm, right? So you need to understand what do you need to keep yourself pumped? Yeah. Because failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. Guys, the problem is a lot of times we get discouraged. How do you keep going without getting discouraged? For me, it's these meetings, these Zooms. For me, it's the meetings where we get together. For me, it's the events that Steve and Gina put together. Like this is it. Like this event coming up now in January. For me, it's the book, right? So you need to understand yourself. You need to continue to give yourself enough gas to keep going every day, a little bit every day. You're not gonna go 1,000%. Not everyone's gonna do that. Me, whatever. That's just how I am right now. But guys, it's about giving yourself enough gas to keep getting to that next quarter mile or that next mile. And listen, by the time as you give yourself enough gas, what's gassing you up? Again, for me, it's all of these things, staying plugged in, but at the same time, the books, guys, the books.
And sometimes you stay with the books, like, what if this business doesn't work and I'm going to all these events and I'm doing all these things? What if it doesn't work for me? It's working for you, because even if you don't build this business, these books and these events, they will make you grow so much. You wouldn't even believe it. Even if this is not what you're going to end up doing, it's going to serve you for everything in your life. Trust me.
And that being said, listen, you know what's funny? When we started, our son was 12 years old and we started making a lot of money. And I didn't just want to give my son stuff and whatever. There's only so many times you can take out the garbage. So we made it a thing to make him write essays about the books that we would give him. I want you to know my son is built like a warrior. We were with him we were FaceTiming last night to like 3-something in the morning after I spoke to Steve, my son, and my son has made multiple 7 figures, multiple, but the kid is just built different, right? Why? Because we made sure that he was incorporating these books, in his life as a little boy, guys. So I'm just telling you, and if you can't dedicate 15, 20, 30 minutes a day, guys, when most people blow 55 hours a week between television and social media, guys, then your priorities are just not in check.
And you definitely can't use them as an excuse, because they will talk to you about it. And when they grow up, and listen, our son, we see everything, like everything that we instilled in him, like we see it now in coming to fruition. Like it's amazing to watch, like little things, like when I've seen him in interviews and stuff, like because you know he's a producer and he gets interviewed. The first interview that I saw, I thought he was gonna be, you know, because I'm more the nervous. I'm always a little scared to be in front of camera, but Mike is more, you know. So I thought he was gonna be like me. He just surprised us, like what he was absorbing all those years in times that he might have been mad. Because sometimes in the other business, he would say, like, I want to go here, and you guys are just doing this business. But you know what? Those sacrifices paid off because we put him in the best position to win. We were able to build him a studio when he was a young boy so that he can accomplish his win, his you know, what he wanted to accomplish, his dreams. We put him in the best studios with the top producers and top artists so that he can be around the winners, which is what you do in these events. So those things built him up to be what he is today. But nothing happens by chance. You got to work at it.
You got to be intentional. And I remember one time, guys, so my son, you know, our son, he wants to be a music producer. That's like sports. You know, that's a lottery. There's a lot of people with a lot of talent out there that don't make it, right? So I remember, and I never forget this, he used our words against us. Once I was like, Mike, that's great that you're doing that. And listen, we recognize you've got talent. And you know, that's why we're investing in you. But Mike, you got to have a plan B. And you know what remember what he told us?
Exactly.
What did he say?
He said, I don't need a plan B.
No, he said my plan B is to make my plan A work.
Like, so he didn't need a plan B.
So he was like, he said, Dad, that's what you guys teach. And I just shut up and I gave him a high five. He said, you know what? You go for it. You got the right mindset. He was determined, guys. He was determined. But listen, here's what I got to say. Everything that we went through, everything with the garbage and the struggles in this business and just, you know, everything that all the struggles we went through, it didn't happen to us. It happened for us. All right. And guys, what you're going through is not happening to you. It's happening for you. Okay. You have to go through these things. I tell people, if you're in a bad place, yes, you know, if you're going through hell, don't camp out, right? Don't just camp there. But I was talking to someone last night. I was like, listen, you see where you are? I said, get very familiar with that place. Because guys, myself, this Mike Hernandez that you know, just a couple of years ago, before we came back to network marketing, we went through some crap, all right? We lost a lot of money, guys. We lost almost $1 million in bad investments. And I'm going to tell you something. I was in a really dark place, okay? In a really dark and depressive place. And we were still, but guys, when you lose $1 million, you know, it's not easy. It's not like we got tens of millions. And, you know, this was before. And I was in a place where I hated people. And I was very depressed in a dark place. But you know what? God put me there. And I lost belief in myself. I lost, you know, like you saw me, right? And I needed to go through that. You know why? Because today I can relate to people who are in that space. Guys, you are in that space for a big reason. Embrace it, but don't stay there. Get very familiar. Why? Because as you get yourself out of it, it's what's going to help you to get other people out of it. The reason why I'm able to speak life into people is because I've been there and I know what it took. I know what it took for me to get out of there. And it took, again, you know, people like Steve and Gina and other people to come, you know, and bring us opportunity and speak life into us, guys. So listen, we're going to speak life into you because we've been there. But the goal is that you need to know where you are. You're going through that for a reason. Like we went through garbage, guys. Now we're able to empower. I always say it's like, God forbid, when a parent loses a child, there's no consolation that they can get from anyone else other than someone who's been through the same thing. God puts you through this for a reason, all right? It's not to you, it's for you. So, co-sponsor, you go. So here's another thing, guys. Right now, you need to understand that you've been in it about a year. We've been in this business a year. Guess what we're doing right now? Because we're stepping it up. I am calling people that we called a year ago and I let them know, hey, Steve, listen, I know I spoke to you last year. Steve, I know I spoke to you 6 months ago. Steve, I know, but I know there's a lot of seasons in life. And maybe the timing wasn't right. And I respect everyone's timing because it's all about timing. Because I've been approached, I was approached with this company in 2019. All right. The timing wasn't right. I didn't even give it a second look. Right. And I respect that. So I'm glad I went through that because I know where people are and I got to be respectful of that. But I'm making it a thing. Hey, I know it's about timing. Are you in a better place right now? Because listen, I know where the economy is. And if you're doing great, great. Which leads me to my other point. But listen, we're calling people that we called a year ago that didn't sign up. They're signing up now. Yeah. We're calling up people that signed up a year ago because it was us. And we're like, listen, you got to do it because we love them. We forced them to do it, right? To get in. But they didn't do the business. But we tell them, take a position anyway. Get on this product. You need it.
You need that
and
product.
Now we're calling them and letting them know, hey, look what's below you. And we are we're getting people re-engaged. Who are those people? Just for instance, we got a person from Canada, we got a person from Georgia, we got a person from Georgia, Ohio. And a person from Ohio. I got 4 brand new legs that are right now on fire. Why? Because I picked up the phone and I said, listen, where are you right now? And a year ago, I told them, listen, I know a lot changes in someone's life in 1 year because boy, has our life changed a lot in 1 year. All right. So now, guys, you got to follow up with the same enthusiasm, same passion. But again, going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. All right.
Fortune is definitely in the follow up when they say that. They say that you should follow up at least 20 times with your prospect, 20 times before
they make a decision. The grand majority or the grand percentage of people take about 20 times. Most of you will call 1-2 times. Oh, that's it. No, guys, you have to. Again, you're not going to be pushy, but you always got, hey, listen, I just want to know. I'm just thinking about you. Hey, whenever you, hey, how you doing? Hey, you know?
And you also you're not going to stop. You're going to keep on going because when they see that you're also signing up people and you're doing your thing and nothing discouraged you or got you off track, then they're like, oh man, there's something to this. I need to look at this. You know?
She's heard me tell people, listen, I'm not calling you because I need you. All right. I'm calling you because I want to run with you. Yeah. All right. Because we're having tremendous success and we're going to continue to blow this up with or without you. But Wayne, I love you, bro. You know, I know, I believe in you. I know you can do this. And I know you're not living your best life. Bro, I see you in a different place. Guys, you need to speak life into people. All right. But it's got to be real. All right. But you only get that, you know, because you've put yourself through that. You've seen the change. But that being said, guys, I want to give you something. I talk business. I shoot my shot. I don't care. All right. I understand that listen, when we started, one of the mistakes that we made in network marketing with our first company was I didn't listen to Steve and Gina about dumbing it down. Guys, for those of you who are really, you know how I say, are you educated? Are you really, really smart? You have to be smart enough to dumb it down. You have to be smart enough to dumb yourself down. And that's what I learned from Steve and Gina Merritt, Matt and Kim Curtis. These guys are slick as a fox, but they're going to just dumb it down. And when I saw them present, I looked at Sahi and I said, oh my God, I think I can do a better job. Bingo, that's exactly what they want. If they would have load down on me like some of these doctors in this company, I would have been like, I can never do this crap, right? But I made the mistake to be better. I made the mistake. How long was I studying Dr. Alex Shaw's book? I was driving her nuts.
It wasn't only Alex Shaw's. He got every book that was on
and ORAC chart, oxygen radical oxygen radical absorbance capacity chart. I sounded like a freaking nerd.
And every it will get longer and longer. There will be more information that he'd have to add.
Guess what?
To what he had already.
People were coming in, but no one was duplicating.
No.
People were coming in from the fear of God because I made them believe like you need this or you're gonna die, right? But no one was duplicating, guys. And finally, I look in my business and I look at everyone around and I'm like, what the heck am I doing wrong? I try to be smarter than I should have. And then I finally remember what was I looking to wear at my meeting?
A scrub.
A scrub. I wanted to.
And a lab coat.
And a lab coat, right? Guys, I kid you not, this is not a joke. All right. And I finally said, oh my God, I'm doing this wrong. I finally got it a year later, right? And I said, I'm just gonna be extremely transparent. I'm a high school dropout. What am I trying to be? And I presented myself. I don't know anything. I just know it works. I dumbed it down, and boom, business blew up. I had doctors. I'm gonna say this right now because I know this is the team. I had doctors, SPDs in Orlando come to me, and I shared this with Steve. I had 2 doctors come to me after my talk and said, Mike, listen, I know you don't know who I am. I heard your talk. Oh my goodness. I spoke about how Steve negotiated his way out of school. We're high school dropout. And they said, we made the mistake for years and we finally dumped it down. I tell people, don't call me doctor. Mike, we made the mistake and it wasn't duplicatable. And our business just, and now it's steady going. Why? Because they dumped it down, guys. I'm just telling you. We want to give you what we know works. But here's another thing I want to tell you. We're talking about business with people, and you need to build the confidence in you to talk to business people. You know what? When I sit down with doctors, when I sit down with business owners, mama, papa, I don't care who you are in business. I look at you in your eyes, I square up and I let them know, listen, I'm going to tell you something. I know you're hurting. And if you're not hurting in your business, it's going to begin to hurt. And if you're hurting now, you're going to be in excruciating pain because it's no secret, guys. Doctors are scraping to make things happen because the same work now is giving them less money. So now they got to go and stretch themselves to try and make what they used to make. Don't be fooled. All right? People in business are hurting. And when you talk to them and you square up eye to eye and you let them know, like, hey, don't try and paint the facade. And if you're painting it, you're only painting it for yourself, and it's only going to hurt you, my friend, because I'm telling you right now, the economy is bad, and I know you're taking a beating. And I want you to know something. When the economy dips, the only thing that thrives is network marketing. Why? Because when entrepreneurs have no longer a place to keep making the money that they were making like we were in real estate, they have no choice but to look other ways. I don't know if you guys ever wrote actually, that should be the next book. Who moved my cheese? Who moved my cheese should be the next book. Guys, my cheese was moved. What was my cheese? Real estate, 3-4 houses at a time. Other investments that we made, right? Guess what? Boom, it dried up. My cheese was moved. Guess who brought the cheese? The guy from Wisconsin. Steve married, Gina married, right? Right? Steve is from Wisconsin. I know it's recognized for cheese, right? But that's what's happening, guys. That's what's happening. This is just a reality. And you know what I tell people? We can't manipulate the economy. The economy is what it is. We made millions during the last bad economy. And the economy has not been as bad since 2006 and 7 and 8 and 9, coincidentally, when we did our last run. It's now becoming just as bad. It's going to get worse. All right. So make no mistake. This is the time to get involved with this and hit it like you've got nothing else, guys, because sooner or later, you will have nothing else. Jobs, we're going to lose it to computers, AI, and everything else. So
time flies. Time passes by you, whether you do something or not. So make it a thing, make a decision. That's all that we have. That it's maybe different than some of you guys that haven't made the decision. We know we have the cookie. That's what I say. We know we have the cookie in our hand. We have the opportunity. We have the health product that will give you wellness. We have the cookie. So all it takes is you sharing this cookie that we have. That is amazing, with as many people as you can.
And if they don't like the cookie, snatch it out of their mouth.
Yeah, they don't deserve the cookie. They don't like the cookie. Take it away from them. They don't deserve it.
Learn to take the business away from people, guys.
You have that blessing. You have that cookie in your hand. And when people see that conviction, when people see that fire in you, even if you didn't have the cookie, they want what you got.
Guys, you know
what? They want what you got, but you have the cookie. This is amazing what we're seeing in front of our eyes. It's amazing. Every day we see it. So it gives us that conviction. That's why you have to That's why you have to hang around with people. That's why you have to share this product with as many people as you can, because it's a matter of numbers. It's a numbers game.
It's a matter of time.
Enough people, you share this with enough people, people gonna get results.
But you got to be fired up, guys. You got to be,
Yeah.
you got to have this conviction, guys.
And you got to make that decision. I'm going to run, and whatever the case may be, I'm going to run for a year. I'm going to run for 2 years. I'm going to see where this takes me.
And it's not just a commitment, guys. It's
the activities.
You said what? It's not you got to make the decision. I said it's commitment.
Yeah.
A commitment to yourself, guys. And look, here's the deal, guys. You need to understand that you are where you are today in life based on your daily habits. I remember this one guy, and I wasn't a very big fan of him for a long time, whatever, but I pick up nuggets. And sometimes I always tell people, look, I might not be your cup of tea, right? I might speak too fast. I might, I'm all over the place. I'm not educated. And Steve and Gina might not be your cup of tea, but you got to look at this as a buffet. All right. You don't like spinach. There's spinach in the buffet. What do you like? Fried chicken? What do you like? The fish? You like watermelon? What is it you want? Take what you want. I love what Javi says. Chew the meat, spit the bones.
That's right.
Like, don't focus on the stuff that's not, you grab the stuff you want and run with it, guys, right? But we are all creatures of habits. And you are where you are today based on the habits that you have created for yourself. And I love what John Maxwell said this weekend, and I was just listening to Kevin Wilson's live that he did the other day. He says, about swimming against the current. You're in the ocean about a mile away, right? And you've got a 2 mile an hour current. Well, listen, you got to swim 3 miles an hour, like he said, right? And the thing is this: if you stop, you don't just stay there. You're slowly drifting back, right? So it's about. Most people, like John Maxwell said, he said, most people out there today are living life with uphill dreams, but downhill habits.
Yeah.
That was so powerful, right? So guys, you need to be committed, because here's the thing. It's a 90-day run, guys. And I tell people, if you cannot commit, if you can't force yourself to stick to something for 90 days, guys, I'm telling you, you're never going to be successful in life in anything. It's just a raw fact. And I love that Steve is a coach and I am a coach. And sometimes we come off a little rough. You know why? Because we know that when we coach I was a coach for how many years? Many years, a baseball coach. Steve was a coach. Steve was a professional coach. So I know that in order to get the best out of people, you need to push them. You need to push people, and I'm good about that. But you need to be good about pushing yourself first. Steven's no great coach by accident. You know why he pushes people great? Because he's amazing at pushing himself. You know why I'm great? If there's one thing that I'm great at, it's discipline. If there's one thing that has led us to where we are today, with health, with business, with relationships, is my discipline. Guys, that is a superpower, but it's something you work on every single day. Not all day, like Kevin said in the video, like John Maxwell said, not all day, every day, but every day, a little bit. You decide. And I love what we're doing. We're not telling you how many people to go after. You decide. You decide if you want to run, fly, crawl. You decide, right? But that being said, guys, I want to give you guys a perfect example of what happens to most people. Steve and Gina lay out the recipe. Thanksgiving's coming up. So let's say they give us the perfect recipe to the most amazing turkey ever, right? It's just it just falls apart. It's just juicy and the flavorful, right? And I know, right? and we get the recipe to the T. That's what our system is about. So we tell you, and you go, most people, all right, you start doing it, boom, 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 and you season it. Sometimes, they can give you the turkey all season. You just got to put it in the oven, put that heat behind this turkey, right? The problem is you got to cook this turkey for 2.5 hours. You know what most people tend to do? They put it in the oven for 20 minutes and then they stop and it cools down. You want 20 minutes, you got to do it. whatever, distraction, discouragement, whatever, the little freaking voice in your head that you have not learned to master with these books, right? Come, and then you let it go. And then you come back around, oh, wow, you just saw Mike and Sahi, you saw Stephen Gina, you just went to this and that. Oh, wow, the back panel, whoop, you turn the heat back on. Another 30 minutes, boom, fizzles. Guys, you'll be cooking that freaking turkey for 2 years.
And it's not gonna
You
be
need
juicy.
to be consistent, guys. All right? It's consistency that's keeping you away from your success. But again, enthusiasm, failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. The enthusiasm is the fire. The enthusiasm is the heat. You got it. Because, guys, once you're fired up, you can talk to anybody. So you need to learn yourself. You need to give yourself the gas that you need to go out there and call people. Guys, you got to work. It's like you drive your car. You know your car. You know how well your brakes work. You know if your car's pulling a little bit to the left. You got to keep holding that steering wheel a little to the right? Because it pulls to the left. But don't just go off course because it pulls to the right and fall off the hill. Understand yourself and know how to work yourself, guys, because nobody knows you better than you. And you're going to be your biggest challenge in this business. And we're going to give you everything you need. And you know what? The 2020, you know why we do that? Because like Sahi said, it's a numbers game. And if you've put 2020 and you have not had the success, Mike, I put 20 in the left, 20 in the right. I haven't. You know why? You're doing it wrong. You are not talking to people the way they need to be. They need to be spoken to. It's like, you need 20 people on your rowboat. So you go in there and you just throw any 20 people on the left and 20 people on the right of the rowboat, right? But some of them are extremely lazy, overweight, sleeping, some of them are unconscious and dead. Then you're just throwing heavy bodies into your canoe and it's just making it harder for you. No, you need to qualify people, guys. Qualify people. What is it you want? Guys, have this talk because it's not about the product. This is the vehicle. The fact that the product works makes the vehicle that great, makes the vehicle work. Guys, and we're all drivers, and we've been waiting for a vehicle like this. We didn't even know a vehicle like this existed. And that's why we're having the success that we're having. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, no income claims because the opportunity is the same for everybody, but not everybody applies to the same. We're almost at $2 million a year. I say that, I can't believe it. All right. There's people already in this team that have made already over 7 figures, and we're one of them. And we know you can do it, guys. We're going to give you everything you need, but you got to do your part. And your part is your part, guys. No one's going to do your lifting. And that's the fact. All right. And when you bring people in here, they need to know that I tell people, for every step you take, I'll take 2. I'll even take 3. But you need to take your steps first, because if I don't see you taking the steps, I'm out the door. Don't spend time on one person when you can go sponsor sticks. Steve and I were talking about this, guys. So listen.
And your upline is always willing to help. Always go to your upline for help. To when you get your list together, you have to make a list, because sometimes we're like, oh, I remember this person. You don't know until I was talking to somebody, and I'm like, no, because she kept on forgetting like names, and then she was like,
last night.
Oh yes, I have this one. I'm like,
we pull that up, we break up a piece of paper, we get a pen, write it down.
Write it down right now. When at the end of the conversation, we had so many names written down that she's gonna prospect. So guys, just make your list, take it serious, because sometimes we don't take this we're doing seriously. We just take it like a hobby, like something we're gonna try, like how Steve says, hokey pokey, you put your left foot in. But you got to make that decision that you're going to do this and do it all the way, not half in, half out. Like, it's never going to work that way.
Yeah, guys, listen, there's no secret to this, guys. You just got to know where you're going. You need to know that you're going to do it with or without them. And listen, and when I talk to people, they may not have the confidence that they're going to do it, but they know that I'm going to do it. You know why they know that? Because I project that confidence, because that's my mentality. Your words have power, guys. I was talking to somebody again yesterday, right? And listen, and I was like, you're going through this for a reason, great. And I hear what they say. It's like, you know what, Mike, I have to. I said, no, you're doing it. You know what? I want to know you're doing it.
I'm
like
gonna try.
I'm not. No, we're doing it.
No,
Like,
except try.
and it just comes natural to me now. Why? Because again, this is what I fill my brain with. So guys, listen, you all can do this. The work is easy. All right. The challenging part is you working against you.
Yeah.
You need to really prepare yourself, because again, you're building yourself along the way. You can't empower people if you're not empowered. You can't encourage people if you're not encouraged. You can't inspire if you're not inspired. And you can't educate unless you're educated, guys. So listen, I thank God Almighty that we learned about this industry from Steve and Gina Mary, because listen, they're fun.
It was a shortcut. We didn't have to go through all the years of learning. It was a shortcut. So thank you guys for that.
Because they don't play, guys. Steve and Gina Mary, they're loving, but they're serious about, and they don't waste time. And some people say, oh my God, I used to say this before, I wish Steve and Gina would have been a sponsor. Steve and Gina is not for everybody, in the sense, if you're a slacker, they're gonna let you go. All right.
You know.
Some people, the wrong people, are gonna be like, no. And we all need to be more like Steve and Gina Mary. And that's what we've learned. All right.
A real leader is not a person that is up in the front, telling everybody what to do. A leader is a person that can create many leaders, to have many leaders out there.
A great coach.
Yeah, great coach.
Creates great coaches. So look, we're already 2 minutes past the hour, guys. All I can tell you is we have more than enough incentives to get you free. Look, Cancun is great, Mexico is great, all the trips are great, but those are just little incentives that you're getting on your way to make you financially free, you and your family.
The holidays are coming, guys, too. We're getting ready for all those festivities. Guys, take that. Last year, our business grew like we never thought it would grow. And a time like that, because holidays usually are, slow times for any business, except for shopping to buy gifts. But
family members you're gonna get together with, gifts are coming up, right?
Gifts. Make this your gift, the gift of wellness, like and opportunity,
right?
Like, give that as gifts. That's a chance to get together with people again, like you haven't seen in a long time, and bring this to the table.
And you know what, guys, real quick, because it's just hit me. Just like I tell you how you got to talk to business owners, you got to talk to the people around you. Like, hey, where are you right now? How long have you been working? Like, you got to ask questions and get them thinking. Joe, how long have you been working at this job, Joe? How long have you been a plumber? How long have you been this, whatever? Does your lifestyle represent 40 years of work? What's going to change in the next 40 years, right? Got to make people think, guys. And you got to see if they're really thinkers, and if they're not, move on. All right. But that being said,
make it about them. What is it that they're looking for? What do they need? What they want out of if they get an opportunity in their hand, what do they want out of it?
And guys, we're gonna wrap it up because it's 2:03. But listen, this week we were with somebody yesterday, some new leaders, and we were just telling them about the business, and they come from someone who's really close. So we're going over our income and our success, and we just realized this week, closing up tomorrow, will be our biggest week in LifeWave, right? So, and he said, because he's a network, he's like, Mike, this is the slow season. I was like, well, not for us. We don't know what a slow season is. Slow season is this right here. This is the slow season, okay? There's people out there.
And slow season is if you don't have the cookie in your hand, but we have the cookie.
Anyway, guys, God bless you. We believe in you. I hope you got in 1 or 2 nuggets today. But listen, go out there, kick butt, 90 days to get you set for financial freedom. God bless you. We believe in you. We love you guys, Steve and Gina. Thank you. We thank God for you. We love you guys.
Every day. We love you guys.
Thank you so much, Mike and Sahi Hernandez, Senior Presidential Directors. Oh my gosh, I got like 20 pages of notes. I'm telling you, absolutely incredible. Thank you for being such a blessing. So simple and so clear on the direction and what you need to do to win. I'm telling you guys, it does take work, but it's not that difficult once you get it in your mind. And the way the business works, it is completely different to what I used to do in my career when I flew as a flight attendant. But I'm telling you what, it's worth it. It's worth it. And all of This Is It team made an agreement at last week's convention to step it up, baby.
Yeah.
So we are so fired up. What's going to happen in 2024 for each one of your businesses?
You know what was a fantastic message for all of us to, like Gina and Mike mentioned it, step it up to finish 2023 strong. I mean, we've got plenty of time here. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be announced yet with LifeWave. We've just announced this Mexico promo. Point is that this is perfect timing for everyone to go into 2024 with the momentum that Mike's talking about. So our goal is to just starting right now. No time's a great time, but let's decide now to go full in. And what Mike said, we're not crazy. It's not like we do this. We just make sure we fit this in, and we make sure, like John Maxwell taught us, do something every day. Doesn't have to do all day, just fit it in. I got something for Mike. I love the way you talk to people and you ask them about, are you open? Are you looking? Because I want to just set everybody up on this. Would you agree that almost everybody in any career you have, now there are a few people that say, hey, my dream was always to be a fireman. My dream was always to be a doctor, and they went through and they did that. But most people, okay, they went through life, and the opportunity of owning a restaurant, of owning a car wash, of being a certain person in a career, or being a flight attendant, it came their way and they took advantage of it. All right. So I love your theory, the way you're speaking, and you're getting these kind of results as crushing the most people. I mean, this couple here is one of the top people in all of LifeWave, patching the most people. When you're making that kind of money, that means you are patching the most people in the company. Okay. So can you just help them out a little bit? Because I'm seeing that you're talking to them about, okay, are you open? Are you looking? Because we got to find that out. I mean, realistically, someone only coming in on the way he talked about the old school way of having them so frustrated that if they don't get on this product, they're going to die. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean they're going to go build. They just don't want to die, you know? So by coming around and saying, hey, are you looking for opportunity? And then you go with the approach of saying, and I'm going to ask you to say it, but I'm seeing you going, like I would say, we come across this technology that is helping people, blessing, giving them optimal health. It's patented. Nobody knows about it. That's why it screams opportunity. So you're still saying about the patch. You're just saying, before I tell you what I got, are you open? Go through the talk past, but that's how I see it. And I will say, as he's saying this to us, if you're not getting the kind of results you want, meaning that you might be sponsoring people, but are they on the Zooms today? Are they really plugged in? Are they wanting to build? Because a person who's looking for opportunity is going to do exactly what they needed to do to be a flight attendant, to be successful in whatever they're doing. So give them a little bit, quick point of, you're talking to them, what is your pitch to that person? Because I know you're doing it every day. This isn't from theory. He's making it happen every single day. And I want you to tell them what you're saying, because it might be different. They've only heard science, technology. Go.
Right. Yeah, no, I appreciate that, Steve. And you know what? Like Gina said, we all made a commitment to step it up. And I got 4 new legs that I re-engaged. But I also want to say, because I'm going to put it out there just for what do you call that? When you get a partner to accountability, right? I'm signing up another 40 people, and I already started. I signed up one last week, and I have another 2 getting ready to sign up. All right. So this is what I do, guys. Again, I love what Steve says. He throws a little hint about the product there, but he's talking about, this technology, and it's a huge business behind it because it works, right? So what I say, and I don't have a script. I don't believe in scripts, right? I say this in many different ways. It's all about how I, the person, whatever. But mainly sometimes when I do have the time to really think through it, I say this, Steve, if you see something that you believe is lucrative, and you believe you can generate a lot of income doing it, and you get excited about it, are you open, or are you making all the money you want to make?
Yeah.
If you see something that makes sense to you and you believe is lucrative, are you open to looking at it? you make those words yours. But the thing is this, I used to sell cars, all right? When I was in my young 20s and my son was a baby, I didn't see him for the first year. He was stretching in the crib because I would go to work before he got up, and I would come back from work doing 60, 80 hours. And I got my days off, right? And I just saw my son stretch for the first year. I never knew the kid, right? So, was I going with that?
Car sale. You're a car salesman.
Oh, thank you. And I learned at the beginning when, I saw people making six figures and I couldn't figure it out. I was making a bunch of friends in the darn car business, but I wasn't selling any cars. I'm a friendly guy, but people will come. Oh my God, I love Mike. Boom. They'll go buy a car somewhere else. You know why? Until I learned to build the courage to ask for the sale. Oh my God, when I learned to ask for the sale and I built the confidence, oh my God, I became the top salesman. And this was what I had to learn, I had to build the courage to say this. Steve, Gina, I know you guys are shopping for a car. Obviously, you're here on a Sunday looking at cars, not because you don't have anything else to do. You're shopping for a car. I want to ask you, Gina, Steve, what do I need to do to earn your business today?
Yeah.
Oh my God. But it took me it was just like scared, like to make, like you're asking a girl on a date type thing. Like, oh my God, you
were better on that.
Yeah. Do you get stuck in the friend zone in the business, basically, right? Because I like her, but I don't make my move. I don't take my shot, right? So guys, I learned to ask for the sale, but here I start with the sale. I don't start with, because you know what I learned guys? I'm a health fanatic. Renita, health fanatic. 99.99999% of the world are not health fanatics. Look at them. Look at their lifestyle. That's not what's gonna get them going. You go, oh, this product. Guys, look at their lifestyle. The people don't, 99% of the people don't prioritize their health until they have to prioritize their health, because there's an issue. And here we are. No, guys. It's, if you see something that makes sense to you and you believe it's lucrative, are you open? Are you looking? Are you making all the money? Right? And you know what? I've had some people tell me, you know what, Mike, it can be the biggest opportunity. And they don't even know me from network marketing, but my plate is so full that I was like, so I'll ask, hey, what are you doing to clear up that plate? And if I see whatever, I just back off. You know what? Because I'm not looking to change people. I'm not looking to convince them. I'm looking to identify who wants it, who does not. And I run with those who do, and I run away from the ones that don't. Most people waste their time trying to convince someone, oh, I'm working on this person. I'm working on this. You work on cars. You work on your house. You don't work on people. You identify, you ask. You find out by asking, hey, are you getting everything? Or is there anything in your life that you want that you can't get doing what you're doing? That's another question.
And something else that he would add on to that. Sometimes the people would say like, oh no, me, I'm too busy. I can't. Then he would be like, do you know somebody who's the most motivated person that you know? Who's an entrepreneur, a person that would need of an opportunity right now?
Right.
Because I'm sure you know people.
Right. Take it away from them. But yeah, Steve, that's a great point, guys, because I see so many people just get stuck on the friend zone with this product, and you're never going to even get to first base. Guys, I'm about hit.
Most people need an opportunity. And after they have that opportunity, they will be lifetime consumers or lifetime wearers of whatever product it is, because
they're making so much money. They want to live forever now.
But sometimes a person can grow a limb, which is not happening here. But and they'll stop using the product even if it helps them.
Yeah,
because they're not making enough money. Because
that's a good point. Look what she just said. We've seen people, just for the sake of an exaggerated example, grow back a limb, right? With these products, and soon they get off the product. What happened? Oh, I've got my crutch, I've got my wheelchair. boom, right? I've never seen anybody who's making $100 per week leave the
Leave
business.
the business.
Yeah.
Is
All
it
right?
making
I'm
something?
just saying that. So that's a great point, Steve.
How about getting this the opportunity to use this, and it'll be free.
Right.
That's a way of
But I shoot my shot, guys. I'm
Yeah.
looking for business builders because you know what? When 2020, we only need 2.
Mhm.
Guys, we're looking for 2.
We're looking
So
for two. But you
take
gotta
your shot
sift.
with every single person.
You're looking for 2, but you gotta sift. Some people gotta sift more than others.
And I love when Steve told me the 2020, I was like, you know what? Out of 2020, it's physically, humanly impossible that I can't find at least one on each side,
on each, and
2
we're
on
gonna
each
work
side.
it.
If I am properly you don't prejudge, but you gotta pre-qualify, guys.
Yeah.
You gotta pre-qualify.
Yeah.
And that was the same thing with the business. I had to pre-qualify because if not, if it's like selling a house. If you're a realtor, you're selling cars and
So
you're
you're running
driving all over the town and showing houses, before you pre-qualify the person, you realize the person's homeless. He just had nothing else to do, no credit, two pennies in the bank. You're wasting your time. Pre-qualify people. Do you want more? Is there something you want that you can't get doing what you're doing? If you see something right now that you know without a shadow of doubt, wow, there's something here. Would you be open to looking at it?
Yeah.
Right? Right? That's pre-qualifying. We don't prejudge, but I pre-qualify everybody. And then me, I'm just at a point where if you don't want to do the business, look, I'm not looking for users. I'm sorry. The people I want on the product are my loved ones and whatever. And yeah, if I see someone I become a friend and they're hurting and I know they, it's Aunt Sally and she's 77, whatever, and she's hurting. All right, I'll give her the darn sleeves, right? But I'm looking for sharp people, guys. I'm at the pickleball court. I'm not talking to the people who are banged up, hurting. I'm looking for the people with the pep in their step. I'm meeting people. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? And I'm like, oh, I like this guy.
Yeah.
And I told you, this lady owns a bakery. This one owns a restaurant. That guy over there owns a food truck. I've got them lined up. And guess what? I haven't shot my shot yet because I'm building a relationship with them first. So it's all strategy, guys. But again, you only get good at this by being bad, but keep going. I learned what we were doing wrong because I wasn't getting the results. And I had to come here and keep listening to the people like us who are